All right, the big picture. Okay, so when you're starting to look at any sort of a training program, there's just some certain stuff you want to look at. Basically, where are you now and where you want to go. So when you look at where you are now, all this stuff is going to inform how you make your training decisions, what you should be doing. So what's your training age? Okay, so this is not necessarily your chronological age. Now, as we do age chronologically, usually people have more recovery issues. If you're 20, you can recover from stuff much faster than at 60 usually. You may have more injuries have crept up, more stuff like that. So chronological age does have a little bit of a factor, but not as much as people think. Really, what it is more in line with your training age. So, how much training have you been doing, and how much you know how long have you been training is absolutely key. If you have been training for 20 years, then probably you're going to have more strength. You're going to have more of a background as far as skill. You're going to have all this other stuff. And your body will be more used to training, which means it's going to take a higher stimulus to create a big change versus if you're brand new. Like everybody talks about these newbie gains, right? And everybody talks about what it's like to, be starting out and make such great progress that first year, right? Which is awesome and take advantage of it. Well, that's because you have very low training age. So you're still learning a lot of the exercises. Once you get better at them, you're gonna have to do things a little differently. Your skill and your experience. Okay, so again, this could be somewhat factored into your training age, but your skill, if you've been doing the same workouts for a long time and you haven't really ever gotten your technique dialed in, you're still a low skill, and you're a low experience if you've been doing the same stuff forever. So when you go to try to do new stuff, it's still going to be very, very difficult. Versus if you have a high skill and high experience, you can more readily do new movements because you're just more used to you're used to doing more stuff. Excuse me. Life demands. Where are you at now? Like again, this is where's your overall stress at? Do you have a busy job? Do you have a busy family? Do you have do you have an easy job? Are you working heavy construction all day? Okay, well then your physical output is probably going to have to be a little bit less in the gym because you're spending all day doing heavy physical stuff versus if you were able to just sit on your computer all day and you could recover. So that plays a factor into your training programs.